Your Excellency, thank you so much for having us this afternoon. Your letter to the PDP leadership has caused quite the interest in developments around the party. Um, can you shed more light on why now?
Well, you see, the question of it is true that I sent a letter to the national chairman and also chairman board of trustees, being a member of board of trustees. So I sent 2 letters to them. Number one, I'm not calling with the party at all. My relationship with the party is cordial. But as a politician, it's just when people like politics, people assume that everybody is there looking for position, either be a governor, senator, house, or also a president. You can be a politician into the very fields. The essence of being a politician is to help people who are in need. So, at my own age, at 70 years now, throughout my life, almost 48 years I'm in politics. I started politics since 1976, when local government was created. I became a local government councillor. So I took, even though I'm in business, but I took politics to be my profession, so I have never abandoned it. Now, all politics is local. We are doing politics for the sake of our people. And I found that our people are really suffering. And my position is beyond Sokoto. I'm a northerner. In northern region, we are in serious trouble. And then we decided to find what's the problem. The problem is disunity. We don't trust ourselves, we hate ourselves, we jealous ourselves, which will not bring sanity into the affairs of the northern region. If we can see our past leaders, the person that used to be mentioned always and every day, Sadona, Ahmed of Sokoto by them. People are mentioning his name because his contribution towards the development of the region. He built people, and I am among of those whom he built. They built me. Fortunately, when he died, I was just about to go to secondary school. He died, but the people whom he groomed to be where they are the same people who groomed me to become what I am today. So, when I see all this situation, and then for me and others like minds, we decided to have a movement, NGO. Number one was the problem of the North, disunity. Ahmed when he was the Sadona of one of the premier of Nigeria, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, he took everybody equal. He built Christians, he built Muslims. There's no way. People are mentioning, people like Sandy Oni and the rest of them, they're all Christian, but they are close friends, close associates, close sons to Ahmed Bello. Now we have been divided. Christian in the north, different, northern Muslims are different. So there's no way we can be able to move forward than trying to put our hands together and see what we can do. Now, we said again, whatever we are going to do, we have to take the youth along with us. Whether people like it or not, change must come. But we are trying to put the change in a very peaceful manner so that everybody can benefit. If northern Nigeria is in trouble, Nigeria is in trouble. So I think anybody whom we think can do something better to help the North to grow is welcome. So whatever anybody can say, leaving PDP, as I told you earlier, I'm not quarreling with them as a party. The relationship between me and them is good, but there is no way, again, when I'm taking this position, we form an NGO which is called Northern Star Youth Alliance for the Northern Regions. So virtually you can see that it's just for the region. It's not national movement. It's a regional movement. And I happen to be the chairman of the movement. Being the chairman, I have to be a neutral person. When we want to put everybody together, then we have to open it. It's free for all, whether you are APC, whether you're PDP, whether you're ABGA, whether in any party you belong to, come and join us. That will not stop you from your own ambition. The most important thing is to unite ourselves. Where are we going? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it?
So it's because you have a conflict of interest. You can't be in PDP
so
still.
Exactly. So I cannot be in PDP while chairing this movement. Then no matter what, how honest I am, people will accuse me that, look, I am supporting PDP or I'm supporting somebody PDP. That's why we put this movement. So in order people to trust us and agree with us, I decided to put or to resign my membership from the PDP and be a member for the development, progress of my region.
Right. Your Excellency, there are some people who would say you're leaving the party at a critical juncture where the PDP needs all hands on deck to rescue the party, because as you already know, there is some sort of disunity within your party, especially after the 2023 elections. What do you say to those concerns that as one of the key members of the PDP since inception, you should still be around to fix the problem that the PDP is dealing with right now? What do you say to that?
I'm not a member of PDP since inception. I just joined PDP in 2015. So I was 2 times governor under APP, NPP. So, and when I joined PDP, I didn't join PDP for anything more personal. I joined PDP for the sake of democracy. So, whatever anybody is going to say, that's his own wish. But as far as I'm concerned, to the bottom of my mind, I know what I'm doing is the correct thing. If the party is in crisis, that's the leaders. We have leaders with their own responsibility. So I think if they succeed, they will be praised that they have succeeded. If they fail, then they will be accused, they will be blamed for failure. So it's the challenge now within the leadership of the party to make sure that you don't collapse. As far as I'm concerned, I wish them well. So as I told you earlier, leaving PDP, it's not the end of PDP. PDP will continue with it. At the same time, somebody can emerge in PDP, and if it's a good material, we will support him. Somebody can emerge in APC, or in ABGA, or in any APP, whatever party bring a better candidate, a solution for us, we support him. So I'm not quarreling with any political party. And then it's the duty of the leadership of the party to wake up and make things better for their members.
Did the instability in PDP play any role in making in the motivation to make this decision to leave the party and play a much more broader role within the region, and also open up your doors to people from any other political party?
Exactly. As I told you, our movement is not meant for any political party, and we don't intend to change and go back and form a party. We are doing it for our own sake, and for the sake of our people. So a PDP man is free to register himself a member of our movement. That's the reason why it's not open. Before you even become a member, you have to pay dues. This is the difference between NGO and political party. Political party, there's a lot of politicians who have money, they start driving people to support them. We, in our own movement, everybody who wants to be a member, he must pay some dues for him to be a member, so that we can have some small change where we can be able to move on than somebody to come and hijack the NGO for his own personal interest, which I believe under my leadership and my co-chairman, Najatu, I don't think there's anybody who had the money to buy us. We are resilient it, and we are determined to see that within our own power, by the grace of God, we build this movement for the people, for the betterment of our people, so that we can be able to move forward.
You talk about the youth and the future of Nigeria, but also your interest in seeing that northern Nigeria is developed and we bring up a fresh crop of leaders that would take over the mantle of leadership. There are already some existing movements within the country that have gained some ground. What sort of role do you see your group playing in harmonizing the voices of young Nigerians, and what kind of message are you bringing on board with your wealth of experience in politics?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, all the associations that are moving, I think we contacted most the powerful group, and we have consultation, we have contact with them. As I told you, it's not a push. We are not quarreling with anybody who comes with an idea is welcome. All are saying, if anybody agree, we will put our head together and move ourselves forward. You know, this is very helpful. We, the politicians, we are the problems. Nobody has a problem but we, the only politician. If you can recall, since 1999, we almost handed over to this billion to today's date. We grab the power. We are governors, change tomorrow, senators, change tomorrow, minister, with the same group as circulating. But this is what brought the problem. The young ones are there waiting. And if they have not been given a chance, they will be frustrated. And an angry man, a hungry man is an angry man. So I don't think peace will remain when this young generation are watching us without involving them, giving them their own right. Definitely it's a time bomb for us. So the only thing we can do now is bring them in. You see, I don't know when somebody is 40 and let's so call him young youth. At 40, I'm no more a young man. You are an adult man. And the one Gawan became head of state. How old was he? Less than 30 years. So, coming to one as a governor, there's one baron like Sirayari Gandhi. He was in House of Reps. He was a school teacher. I brought him House of Reps. One time I put him senator. I was grooming him, or I was grooming them. Even Temple, in 2003, I gave him a ticket. I brought him into national politics, and he was young, and he grew to become number 4 in the country. So these are the young ones I can mention, those who we have tested, and at least they accepted to be their representing their people. There is no way people didn't hear their voices. So there are millions of there's millions of Tombo in the north. Why can't we groom them? We, as I told you, we are groomed. Those who groom us were groomed by Savannah. So since we are groomed by our seniors, whether if we sit down and watch our hands and then we are thinking of our children, we are not being fair to ourselves, we are not being fair even to our children.
There are some of your colleagues, Your Excellency, who are still in government today, whether serving as ministers or in the National Assembly, for instance. What do you make of the quality of the leadership that we have right now in the country, more especially in northern Nigeria, given the myriad of challenges that the region continues to face today?
Yes, you see, that's what I'm saying. We are a governor, 8 years in office, and then you come back again. We took 1/3 of that state to be a senator representing 1/3 of the state. After that, somebody will come and say, no, governor, you become a minister, you become silent. They are blocking the young ones' right, their future. So when the young ones realize that yes, they are slavery in their country, definitely there's going to be trouble.
Does that explain why you never became a senator or a minister?
Of course, there's no time I have served for 8 years. My ambition, being a governor, is to become the president of this country. I tested it, I didn't get it, and I forget about it. It's not in my mind, I'm not interested now. Even if you are going to vote for me free of charge, unopposed, I'm not interested. So let me think of what I have done as a governor, start praying God for forgiveness. That's what I think is the right thing for me to do. I cannot just be a governor and then become a school student, raising up my hand for somebody to recognize me to speak. Yeah, it's not fair for me. It is not fair for the youth seeing me and there, don't give them chance.
And what would you like some of your political peer groups to do? Are you calling on them to step aside for the much younger Nigerians? Because we still have some of them in government today.
That's the reason why we are trying to make it wire to help the young ones. 2027 is coming. Let them unite themselves and see what they can achieve with their unity. Because it's their duty to get rid of these young old ones so that they can have a space. But without leadership like our own leadership, they will not find opportunity to organize themselves and fight for their right. So we are here to help them and also to help the region by putting our ideas, our own blueprint. This moment we have a blueprint for the North. So whoever is going to, who are going to support in any political party, you will see our blueprint, see it, agree, is going to implement it, and ask our supporters to vote for him. No matter where he comes from, any political party he comes from. Our own is to see that we are able to build the North. Building the North is building the nation.
So the plan, Your Excellency, is to still find avenues to work with APC, PDP, Labour Party, or any other political party, as long as the candidate is right.
Of course, yes. As far as he's right, he's capable of taking the leadership, we trust him, he's free to go in any political party, go for him.
And just to get your take on the state of the nation right now, we talk about certain developments that have polarized the country. We see the North on one side and the rest of the country on the other side, for instance. Case in point, the tax reform bills that has polarized viewpoints. I wonder what your take on that is, because even the Arewa Consultative Forum has given its position on that. Some governors from the North have also given their positions on that. What do you make of where Nigeria is right now as a country concerning development? Security, for instance, your home state of Sokoto State has been dealing with a lot of security challenges. Where do you stand on some of the issues that we're dealing with right now, generally speaking, and where the Northern agenda fits into that conversation?
Well, you see, people are making a mistake. When you want to bring change, you cannot make it just on the air. You have to show an example in order to succeed. Whoever talks is Arewa Consultative Forum, this and that and that. It's no value. The value is our senators, that's the leader of the National Assembly. Whatever president brings is a final decision by the National Assembly. We have our representative there. So we are watching them. They know the right thing. They know what who elected them, what their feelings. You know they are suffering. No school, nothing you can mention for even our children who are not yet born. So whatever association will talk, that will not carry any weight more than our National Assembly members. Those in Senate, those in House of Reps. I think that is a responsibility, and that's why they are there. So we are watching them, and at least now we are talking of the North, and I don't think you people should reply to us. This bill we are talking about is not only North that is opposing it, but they just want to push it to the North. When Economic Council meeting was held under the chairmanship of Vice President, almost 80% or 90% of governors didn't support the bill. So why now saying that the northern position? It's not the northern position, it's a national position. It was rejected by Economic Council, which is constitutionally, this is the Economic Council body headed by Vice President to see where things go wrong or right. And they rejected the bill. So it's not a question of the North. Don't put blame onto the North. It's the whole nation. Because we didn't hear that Eastern governor or Southern governors support the bill. So please let us differentiate between North and South. It's a national interest, and everybody is, I believe, supporting the bill or not supporting the bill. They are talking with one voice. So please try and cut it short of saying that the North in one position, the South in one position. We have never seen the South governors sitting in the South and agree with the tax bill. So please, let us not drag this matter into regions, northern and southern. Let us see how we can unite ourselves and move our country forward. It doesn't mean that because you voice your observation and then you become an enemy to the government. The governor has his own power, the president has his own power, and the nation they have their own power. So let us see how we can be able to move, harmonize ourselves, and move our country forward.
Right. And talking about 2027, you mentioned it a little earlier, and as a politician you would know that the re-strategizing, alignment and realignment always happens almost immediately after the elections. Over the past couple of weeks, we heard from some of the key candidates that took part in the 2023 elections talk about working together with one another or disproof of stories about a particular merger between the likes of Peter Obi, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso and Atiku Abubakar. What are your thoughts about the same old names being touted ahead of 2027? You're talking about the youths taking over, but it's the same names that are still being regurgitated in the news cycles. What do you make of, first of all, the conversation around the three of them possibly working together to present a united front in 2027? Where do you stand on that, and what does that do for your movement?
I will answer your question if you come earlier, this question, before I tender my resignation.
All right.
You see, the aspirants is left them to decide for themselves. Not to me. I'm not going to comment on whatever they are planning. All I'm after is our movement. Whoever I match, or whoever I want to match, we will see his capability of supporting him. So let us sort ourselves out. As a former member of PDP, present chairman of Northern Star Alliance for Youth Empowerment, my interest now, my focus is to see what we are trying to do, we succeed. So they are planning for themselves, and then whoever is there, he's fighting for his own personal interest. But we are fighting for the interest of our people.
Right. So, Your Excellency, there are also others who say the North should have to wait another 4 years after 2027 in the interest of fairness, equity and justice before they present another candidate for the presidency, for instance. I wonder if you have any thoughts about that.
You see, people are making mistakes. Mistake in the sense they are always ahead of God. 2027 is a long time to come. And power comes from God. Nobody gives power back to God. So when you are talking of North or whatever it is, God never bother anybody. So I don't want to go into that field, which only God knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm not going to predict who is going to march, who is going to do this. Let the time come. Maybe before 27, some of us are not going to be alive So how can somebody just wake up and say something about unknown to him?
But do you believe in the idea of rotation for the presidency, for instance? Do you think we should be rotating from north to south?
Do you want us to stay permanently in one region? Let it be. That's why then there's no democracy. If there's no rotation, then there's no democracy. Anybody, it doesn't mean that, and that will not be enough because you are from the north. It's your own right. When you are from the south, you are from your own right. Not pray to God. Let Allah give us the best choice. You remember when we were shouting for Buhari, for years. God was warning us not to go to that for all his history. When Buhari came here, he's a northerner. What do we benefit out of your regime? Problem. He's a northerner and he brought problem for the north. What's our achievement? I think that is enough, a lesson for us. It's a lesson for us. What happened, what we did for Buhari, is a lesson for us. Is let's allow God to choose a leader for us.
And just as a final take, to those youths who are wondering what your group is bringing to the table, what the objectives are, and if they're pondering, they're members of the APC, they're members of the PDP, they're members of the Labour Party, what do you want them to know about what role your group is trying to play in galvanizing and harmonizing the young Nigerians who are eager to take part in the governance process? What should they expect from your group as we build up to 2027?
I think whoever join us, whether from APD, PDP, APC, or any political party, we believe is a number for the progress of the region, and also believe on this movement. So, but anybody who is a member, he can remain in his party and be a member of this association, provided he's a northerner. It's a northern movement. So anybody, whether you are PDP, whether you are APC, you are free, you are welcome, and you can remain in your party. It's not room from our organization saying that when you are a member, you cannot be a member of PDP, APC. Now, what hell are you talking about? After all, we tell people that this movement is not a political party movement. And they always stop people from joining other parties. And why are you going to put them? Because you are not going to be a political party. So everybody can come from APC, whatever it is. It has to membership, member of PDP, member of APC, and also member of our ISU. So it is there to contribute what is going to move the region forward. So everybody is welcome, even even people like you. We are all welcome to join us and move this country forward. As I tell you, if we don't do that, it's a time bomb. Yeah. We have to create the youth along and give them their right. 2027, if you didn't bring them, I'm sorry for this country. So the only thing for us to start putting them, bringing them to know their right in a peaceful manner, so that there's no any violence in the near future.
Excellency, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you very much for talking to us. Thank you so much. And with that exclusive interview with former Sokoto State Governor, we wrap things up for tonight's edition of Daily Politics. Join us again. We'll be back tomorrow live at 8 p.m. exclusive as always on Trust TV. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. From myself and the rest of the team, thank you for your time and company. Good evening.